I wanted to do another illustration of the idea of a local rotation. So what I've done here is I've drawn these red objects. They look like, I don't know, crazy asterisks, but this is more or less what a joint looks like in 3D. So this is one joint, this is another joint. This orange object would be a bone object, and you'll see that I've made it kind of triangular. This triangular bone is indicative that this joint is higher in the hierarchy and this joint is lower in the hierarchy. The term that I want to use here is root. And if anybody has ever done anything with computer programming, you'll know that root is like your system administrator. It's the base of everything that happens. The root joint is the top joint in the hierarchy. Joints that are closer to the root are higher in the hierarchy than joints that are at the bottom. So this is the parent, this is the child. No matter where world space is, and I am going to act on the assumption that world space is perfectly normal here, so we will take x and have x point side to side, x is red. We will take y, have y point up and down, and then we'll assume that z is pointing straight towards us. The angle at which the joint points is called its orientation. So I'm going to come back to red, and I am going to draw an arrow in the direction this joint is oriented, in the direction its local rotation axis is situated. So we'll put a little red arrow in there too. Before I get back to that, let me just not forget where I am, and we'll type out orientation. The orientation is the direction the joint is pointing. And when we talk about joint orientation, the phrase that you'll hear me use is down the bone. So the bone indicates the direction in which the joint is oriented, and in this case, because I've drawn in red, I have oriented this joint with x down the bone. Because the joint still exists in 3D space, when I look at this, inside the joint, I would expect to have a local rotation axis. Where is my pen? There it is. So if x is down the bone, then y is probably up and down like that, and then I'd probably have a z-axis somewhere around there too. So the joint respects all three directions, but is oriented with x pointing down the bone towards the next joint in the hierarchy. I hope that helps make more sense of the local rotation concept.